I'm Lisanatoli, and today's video is called Healing is Instant. And I know that can be very frustrating to hear if you're experiencing physical symptoms, pain, grief, loss, limitation, lack. And I understand completely because that was me for years. And the approach that I use for healing is inspired by A Course in Miracles. And it speaks of these ideas. It says healing is instant, healing is very simple, healing is accomplished the instant the sufferer sees no value in pain. It says you are healed and whole, shining in the reflection of God's love. You're complete now, not later. And I would hear these ideas. I would know they're true. Deep down, I knew these ideas are true. But I had an experience of physical symptoms, no energy, tired, just going, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I missing here? And the thing that I've come to realize is that healing is instant, but being established in it can sometimes take days or weeks or months or years because we're so identified with the body as myself, as I, as me. So we have these instants of release from suffering, and we actually experience total freedom from symptoms and pain also. But then we fall back into the old habit of identifying as the body. So we have these moments of total rest, in that moment of just complete alertness and resting. Just no trying to get anywhere, no trying to do anything, forgetting the body completely, just resting, being. You immediately access the self, and you actually, in that moment, access your wholeness. It was always here, it's always available. But we're so focused on the body that we don't take these moments of resting in awareness, of resting in God, of just saying, okay, no more working hard, no more trying to minimize symptoms, no more trying to improve the body. And you go right into a resting space. And here, it's like you reach a space or a place or I don't know what it is, but it's not getting somewhere. It's resting, and the self that you are, that is our true nature, it's our shared identity, which is always here, has a chance to come through. So this is really the crux of it, is that you experience the total freedom and the happiness and the joy. How do you stay established in it? And this is why I created the Healing Cure course. It's 8 weeks to really be established in wholeness, to keep coming back, to keep practicing, to say, okay, I get it intellectually, but I'm not experiencing that. So what would your life be like if you were to commit to 8 weeks of noticing when you fall back into body identification, when you're circling around in time and space, trying to minimize symptoms, you're trying to, feel more comfortable. What are the ways that you are efforting? And to stop, to say, okay, for 8 weeks, I'm going to just stop, rest, come back to this wholeness, and you actually will experience pain disappearing. You will experience no symptoms. And then, yes, you will fall back into the old experience again of body identification. You catch it, You come back. You are back in the suffering, back in wholeness. So for a moment, it is a vacillation. And more you're established in wholeness. It's like the percentage shifts where you're spending less time in the suffering and more time in happiness. And you start to notice that the sliding no longer happens. You're no longer shifting back into the victim mode, the working hard mode, the efforting mode. It just starts to disappear. You start to say, oh, I don't need to go there anymore. I don't need to be in confusion and doubt anymore. I can stay here. I can stay here. And the one thing I speak of a lot is that healing brings up a lot of fear in a lot of people because it is the loss of your identity. It is the loss of that place you've been holding on to as me. And when that shifts, that place disappears. And that can be a lot of fear for a lot of people. So that's why I created the Healing Cure. So I invite you to check it out. I invite you to just give yourself 8 weeks to stop the vacillation, to experience the immediacy of healing, to come on home. And I'm actually giving a 2-hour live class on Wednesday, November 2nd for Healing Cure members. So if you're in the Healing Cure, check your email. If you're not in the Healing Cure, come sign up. It's a space where you can ask questions, just whatever you're dealing with. We don't push it away. We don't do that. We have to look at it. You have to look at what you have been doing and the beliefs that you've been holding about yourself in order for them to disappear. You can't just say, oh, it's not real. You have to look at it. What am I doing to myself? Where am I holding myself? What's my location? And from here, you can decide, I don't need to hold myself anymore to a space of sickness, suffering, lack. Forget it. I'm coming home. So really, it's available. It's available to you. And if you want to do an 8-week experiment of really saying, okay, 8 weeks, well, that's not that long. And really experience freedom. No more suffering, no more struggling. I love you.